Hi students, today we are discussing the last unit, that is the fifth unit. In fifth unit we discuss a discussion of behavioral patterns only. In that we are discuss state design pattern, strategy design pattern, template method, and finally visitor design pattern. And later we discuss what do you expect from design patterns and what is the brief history of design patterns and what is an invitation of a design pattern, and aparting a thought of what do you think about that design pattern, what are your thoughts aparting from the creational design patterns and structural design patterns, and finally a behavioral design patterns. What do you expect from design patterns? These are all discussed in fifth unit. Today we are discussing the pattern that is nothing but state design pattern. What is the main intent? What the meaning of intent? In the sense, a short statement that tells you the complete manner what that is exactly. What does it mean? It okay. The state pattern, it allows an object to alter its behavior when its internal state changes. The object will appear to change its a class. What does it mean? In the sense, the state pattern it must and should allow an object, yes, it should allow an object to alter, in the sense to change its particular behavior when the internal state should be changes. The object, whatever, if we have to be allowed to alter its behavior, the object will appear appearance to change its the particular a class. Okay, so here the state design pattern, it is a design pattern, it plays an important role that allows an object to completely change its behavior, depending upon its current state. Okay, I have give some example for that, if you need to understand in a clear cut way. Okay, if we have some client, the client sends a request to one particular context. So here the object basically context is the basic object. What it will maintain, it will support the state internal object. Okay, the state internal object, the internal object here, state will be assigned to state A. Okay, so then once if we have to be give some request once the request, listen carefully, once the request comes from client to context object, what context it performs? In the sense, it performs the operation A. Likewise, when if we have to be basically the context object, once the request comes from the client, okay, to context object, what context it performs in the next two, if we have to be, it will maintain the object. Basically the internal state will be assigned to state B. In the sense, what context object it performs? In the sense, the operation B it performs similar way. Okay, here nothing, whatever the client sends request to the particular context object, basically the context object will maintain the internal state object. Okay, so here once the request comes from the client to context object, what context it performs? Operation A. Similarly, in the same manner, in the context object we will assign the internal state will be assigned to state B. That context it performs what it performs? The operation B. Okay, it comes under the category of the state design pattern. It comes under the category of behavioral design pattern. Okay, behavioral design pattern. Here listen carefully, based on here the internal state changes now. Based on the internal state, the behavior of the context object will be different. Listen carefully, ma'am. Based on the internal state, the behavior of the context object, it will be different. In case of state B, it performs operation B. Likewise, okay, coming to the real life example, real life or real time example, I will say to you, if we have to prefer one ATM machine, ma, okay, the internal state in the sense no debit code inserted. If you go to the ATM machine section, the internal state, if you don't want to be inserted the debit card into the ATM machine, first what you can do, you can insert the debit card, and then you cannot eject the debit card, okay, until you cannot enter the PIN number and withdraw the cash. The first key point is the internal state no debit card will be inserted into the ATM machine. First of all, what we have to be do, you can insert the debit card, and then you cannot eject the debit card, and then you cannot enter the PIN number and withdraw the cash. Once if we have to be inserted if we have to be inserted the card into the ATM machine, the card is inside the machine. Yes, exactly, the card is inside the machine. Okay, and once again, if we have to be take the ATM machine, the internal state it should be it has debit card already. If you have to be inserted, it means already the card is inserted. In the sense, you cannot insert the debit card, you can eject the debit card. What it shows, you can enter the PIN number, and if you have to be withdraw some cash or some money. Okay, this is the real time example of a state design pattern. Okay, the state design pattern, it is a design pattern that allows a object, that allows an object to completely change its behavior, in the sense to alter its behavior completely depending upon its the current state, or we can say it's depending upon the internal state. Okay, the state design pattern based on the internal state, whatever the behavior of the context object, it will be a different. Okay, this is the main concept of a state design pattern. And coming to the next section, also known as one more name here, objects for states. Very good, objects. This is exactly, it's very similar to that state, objects for states. It is also known as objects for states. Coming to the motivation section, what does the main motto, what does the main scenario here if you have to be discussed here. Okay, listen carefully, these are all very key points. We are discussed the motivation section. Listen carefully. First of all, if you need to consider a class, okay, if you need to consider a class, that is nothing to be, look at the diagram here in this section, TCP connection. What the class name will be? TCP connection. That represents a network connection. What here that represents? That represents a network connection. So a TCP connection object, listen carefully, it is a TCP connection object. It can be, listen, it can be one of several different states. We need to have one of many different states, like first of all, the state will be established, listening, closed. Okay, coming to this, whenever a TCP connection object receives request from other objects, and what it responds differently depending on its internal state or current state. For example, if we have to be taken the effect of an open request, listen carefully here, the effect of an open request, it depends on whether the connection is in its closed state, whether the connection is in closed state, or we can say its established state. So here, what the state design pattern describes you? The state design pattern describes how TCP connection can exhibit different behaviors in each state. So here the state design pattern, the main role, the main key idea in this pattern is to introduce an abstract class. What here it introduces an abstract class. An abstract class. Here look at the abstract class called TCP state. What TCP state? The abstract class will be TCP state. The TCP state, what here they represent? They represent the states of the network connection. The states, look at here the diagram, the states of the network connection. So here the TCP state class, what it declares? It declares an interface. It declares an interface common to all classes, that represent different operational states. So the subclasses, listen carefully, the subclasses of a TCP state, what we have to be implemented there, some state specific behavior. For example, look at this, the classes TCP established and TCP closed, what we are implementing there? Behavior, particular behavior to the connections established and closed states of a TCP connection. Okay, look at this diagram. In the sense here, whatever the class TCP, the TCP connection, what it maintains and supports? A state object. State object in the sense, it is an instance of a subclass. Listen carefully. It is an instance of subclass of a TCP state. What that TCP state represents? The current state of the TCP connection. The current state or the internal state of the TCP connection. So here the class TCP connection, it delegates all state specific request. Whatever we need to put some the state specific request to this state object, the TCP connection, whatever the TCP connection class uses its TCP state subclass. Okay, it is an instance. It is an instance of that. We have to be performed some operations. Particularly, we want to perform some particular operations to the state of the, to the particular state of the connection, to the particular state of the connection. This is the main motivation section. Here, whenever, first of all, we need to discuss whenever the TCP connection changes the particular internal state or depending on its current state, the TCP connection object, that is one of the object, the TCP connection object, first of all, we need to alter its changes the state. In the sense, we need to changes the state object whenever we need to suppose it to use it. Okay, so when the connection, whenever the connection goes from established to a closed state, for example, if you need to discuss here the TCP connection, listen carefully, the TCP connection will replace its TCP established, it is an instance with a TCP closed instance. Listen carefully, here the TCP connection will replace, what will replace here? TCP established connection instance with a TCP closed instance. Okay, this is the main concept of motivation section. It does the main motto of state design pattern. Let us we discuss here. And coming to the applicability, when we can use this state design pattern when it is used to suppose the following issues, when the what the main benefit here in the sense, suppose we need to use the state design pattern in either of the following cases here. The first case, the first applicability of state design pattern, look at this. An object, listen, an object's behavior depends on its state and it must changes its behavior at runtime depending on that state. Exactly correct. What we have to be learn the basically state design pattern. The state design pattern, it is a design pattern to change, to alter its to completely change its behavior depending on its internal state or whatever it may be current state. We need to change the behavior especially at runtime, especially at runtime depending on that internal state, or we can say depending on that current state. Okay, this is the main applicability of state design pattern. And we need to move in the second following case. Operations have large multi-part conditional statements that depend on the object states. Oftenly, several operations will contain same conditional structure. So here the state design pattern puts each branch of the conditional in a separate class. So lets you treat the object state as an object in its own right that can vary independently from other objects. Yes, exactly, Amma. Listen carefully. Here in this concept, we need to perform some operations. We need to perform some particular operations. It's based upon the large and multi-part conditional state. Based upon the conditional statements, it depends on the particular object state to alter its behavior or not. So this state particularly use what we have to be represented one or more. This state design pattern is usually represented by one or more enumerated constants. So we have to be taken some context object states. Okay, oftenly the several operations will contain the same conditional structures. Already I say to you one example. The client from the client itself, a client sends a request to some context object, okay, in a separate class. So we have to be, once the request comes from the client, we have, in the sense, we have to be performed some certain operations particularly. So here lets you treat the object state or whatever it may be, the context state in its own right. It can vary independently so from other objects. This is the main applicability of state design pattern. Coming to the structure in the sense the graphical representation of the particular state design pattern. What the structure view, how it helps to you here. Look at the context here. Context in the sense the TCP connection, it's one of the class. What it defines, the interface of interest to clients. Here we need to support and maintain an instance of a concrete state subclass, an instance of a concrete state. Here the concrete states will be there, the subclasses, the concrete state subclasses that defines the current state or internal state. And coming to the state, in the state section, the TCP state, it is an abstract class. It defines an interface for whatever you are encapsulating the unit of one bulk data, the behavior associated, whatever the behavior here associated with a particular state of the content. Okay, here coming to the subclasses of this concrete state A, concrete state B, these are the subclasses. It is related to the motivation section, TCP established, TCP listen, TCP closed. These certain operations methods we need to access there. In the sense the participants, each subclass, here look at this subclass of the state, how we can handle there. In the states of each subclass, we need to just implement a behavior. It is associated with a state. It is associated with a state of the context object. State of the context object. These are all the participants included in the structure. Okay, the participants, how the classes and objects, how to participate to carry out that particular responsibilities, how. Okay, and coming to the collaboration section, how those classes and objects collaborate to carry the responsibilities. Okay, here listen carefully. Context delegates state-specific request to the current concrete state object. Yes, exactly. We have to be seeing the context object, that particular state-specific the request to the current concrete state objects. Okay, so here the next point, a context object may pass itself. Okay, listen carefully. A context object may pass itself as an argument. May pass itself as an one of the best argument. Okay, a context may pass itself as an argument to the state object. Okay, we need to handling the requests. We need to handling the request. This let you treat the state object, whatever we need to access the context object if it is necessary. If it is necessary. Okay. Here simply the context object is the primary interface for clients. It's a primary starting interface for clients. Those clients can configure the subject of that context object with state objects. So once a context is configured, the clients, here some clients is there, its clients don't have to deal with the state objects directly. Okay, here the context object is the primarily interface for the client section. So the clients can configure the context object with the state objects. So once a context object is configured, its clients don't have to deal with the state objects directly. Okay. So here either the context object or we can say the concrete state subclasses, whatever it may be, it can decide which state succeeds, which state will be succeed one another, and under the surroundings, under that particular whatever the circumstances. Okay, listen carefully. Either the context object or the concrete state subclasses, it can decide which state will be succeeded the another state, and under what circumstances here we need to use. Okay, and consequences. Finally, the consequences section, what we have to be discussed there. Finally, it describes the result of whatever we are underlying this particular pattern. The collaborations, the consequences section, we need to must and follow the state design pattern. It has to be followed the following liabilities and benefits. What this here in the sense, the first one is nothing but it localizes state specific behavior and partitions behavior for different states. In the sense, the state design pattern, if you need to put all behavior pattern associated with a particular state into one object, because here all state specific code code we have to be mentioned. It lives in a state subclass. So, and the new states and transitions, it can be done, it can be added easily. Okay, by defining the new subclasses. Here the main intention, the state design pattern, if you need to avoid this problem, if we have to be introduced another one, because the pattern distributes the behavior for different states across several state subclasses. So we need to increase the number of classes and is less compact than a single class. But such distribution is actually good. If there are many states which would otherwise the large conditional statements, if we have to be defined there. Okay, and coming to the second consequences, what we have to be discussed, the result mainly in the sense, it makes state transitions explicit. It makes state transitions explicit. In the sense, whenever an object defines its current state solely in terms of internal data values, so its state transitions have no explicit representations. The state transitions have no explicit representations. So whatever they show up, the assignments, to some variables. Whatever we are introducing here, separate objects for different states. Okay, introducing separate objects for different states. Just we need to make the transitions more explicit. That's why the state object can protect the context from inconsistent internal states, because here the state transitions are automatically the context perspective. So they have to be chosen the context state object variables, not several ones. Okay. And coming to the third consequence, that is nothing but state objects can be shared. Yes, exactly, the state objects can be shared. In the sense, if you listen carefully, if state objects have no instance variables, it have no instance variables, the state objects, that is the state object they represented is encoded entirely in their types, whatever the type. So then the context object can share, the context object can share a state object. Whenever the states are shared in this way, they are essential and they are important. The flyweight design pattern, okay, like with no intrinsic states, only we have seen the behavior state. Okay, in further video we seen the implementation section and known uses, and finally the related patterns to state design pattern. Okay ma, up to now, thank you one and all.